Hi everybody, my name's Samara, aka Mimi from Mimi's Version for Nursery. I hope you like my episode one of movies that I've seen or liked or whatever that I think you might like. If you are an old movie buff, thank you, Monica. Gone with the Wind, thank you. Thank you. Which is a very good movie, but I'm not coming out right now. I will. That be episode 3. So my next movie is going into the set in the same time frame as the previous episode, which is the Miracle on Morgan's Creek. That episode, that episode. It's set in the same time zone, the home front of World War II, but that was 1944. This movie is in 1999. Not that. Excuse me. Sorry. 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 Set in not 1999, 1990. I was about 6 when this movie came out. I was about 6, so it's called Come See the Paradise. It is, if you know anything about World War II and the home front, we were fighting the Germans, the Italians, and the Japanese. We know about the Japanese. We're turned to the president signed an act that put all the Japanese Americans in the German camps. But they weren't just the only ones that was interned too. The Germans were and Italians were. We just don't know much about them, but we know a lot about the Japanese being interned. Okay, because some of our Japanese Americans ancestors that are famous have had people that was interned or as themselves as little children were turned. The guy from Star Trek, God rest his soul, I love him. I can't even remember his name right now. That made me look it up. He was actually interned when he was a child. I just gotta find out who his name is. How the Hold on. I figured out who I actually typed in who actually what it was. What I typed in is Star Trek's Japanese actor. Even though he's Japanese American. His name is George Tanaka. He was born Hosatao. I ain't gonna screw up his name. Tanaka. But he took the English name George. I guess because it was easy for us non-Japanese people. But he was born April 20th, so he had a birthday, in 1937. So he was interned in an internment camp. Because, if I calculate it, he's born in 19... He was born in... I'm waiting for it to come up. He's born in 1937. And we went into war in 1941. Wait. So when we went into war, he was 4. We started war December 9, 1941. If it's 1942, he was 5. So he was interned. He remembers that. He was between the ages 4 and 5. So he was interned in an internment camp. They made it seem like it was a camp. It was an internment camp, okay? You lock people up. But the funny thing about them, if you read it, they considered the Japanese not American citizens. They got like Niseis. Niseis. Niseis are the people who were born here. They're Japanese American. So, hold on a second. So there's a ranking of the Japanese. I had to look it up. That's why it took me so long, but you can tell. Okay, Issei are the generation of people born in Japan who later immigrated to another country. So it was like the Isseis are like George Tanaka. He's the Nisei. His parents were Isseis. His parents were people that were born in Japan that came here. He was born here. So he's a Nisei. A Nisei is a generation of people who were born, say, like in North America, South America, Australia, Hawaii, any country outside of Japan. So they're the ones that were born here. They like the Isseis are the first generation. Niseis are the second generation. The third generation is the Sensei. The generation of people born to at least one Nisei parent. So, say they have a mother that was born, say, I'm in America, that was born in America, but they had a father that was born in Japan. They are sensei because they have at least one parent that was born in America. Then you got Yonseis. I hope I'm saying it right. It's Yonsei. Those are the generation that people were born with at least one sensei parent. So meaning that they are the fourth generation, at least both their grandma and grandma say it's on the mother's side. So their grandmother and their mother were born here. So they're Yonseis. And then you got Goseis, which is the generation that was born with at least one Yonsei parent. Meaning that on, say, his mother's side, say his mother's side, say his father's side, his grandma, his great grandmother, and him and his father were born here. So he's a Yonsei. Or Gosei. His father is a Yonsei. His grandmother is a sensei. And his father is a Yonsei. His grandmother is a sensei. And his great grandmother is a Nisei. So, and this movie is called Come See the Paradise. It's set during World War II again. It's about a guy who, you really gotta see this movie. Okay, the plot. It's set in the early 50s. Hold up. Oh, and I forgot. In this movie, it flips from doing wartime to like after war. Okay, so the movie starts out with Lily. That's one of the main characters in the movie. Her name is Lily. I can't pronounce this. It's a Japanese name, and I'm not gonna screw it up because, excuse me, I don't want nobody screwing up my name. My last name. Tells her pre-adolescent daughter Minnie about her father and the life that she barely remembers. As two of them are walking to a rural train station. Get into that. Why? Why did he wait? War ended 45. It was 1950. 45, 46, 47. 4 years. They kept him 4 years. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna have to do Chow Chow. Okay, I'm about to watch the movie. I found it. It's set in 1936, so it starts in 1936. It's with Jack McKern. Jack McKern. That's also the main that Lily's talking about, the father. He's in a movie theater. He sets off a bomb to go off because he's part of the non-union. This is when the union started. The union thing started. Uh, then one of his fellow members starts the fire. He tries to stop it. He gets burnt. They tell him he's not fit to do this and tells him to leave. Now he has a brother that's married. He goes there, and his brother doesn't want to jeopardize, the life that he has. He has a good job. He has a wife. They have kids. He have a good life. He doesn't want to jeopardize. He tells his brother that he needs to leave, so he leaves and changes his name from Current Can. So from Jack McCurn to Jack McCann. So he goes to California, to Little Tokyo. If you don't know about California got Little Tokyo, Little Italy, Little Japan, Little Tokyo, Little Italy. You name it, they got it. Little Chinatown, Bosco Chicken and Waffles. Yeah, me. Okay. It's been a while since I watched this movie. About to watch it. I'm a good old snuggie. Okay. So he goes to Los Angeles because where his brother Jerry is. And as well as willing to have any job because, he has a family. And he kept his family afloat through the Great Depression. So that's when he changed his name to McCann. Because his name was McCurn. McGurn. But then he changed it to McCann, which is McGann. And he gets a job as a non-union projectionist in a movie theater run by a Japanese American. They had their own businesses, but it wasn't per se theirs. When I watched an internment documentary, it made me interested in it, and I had to look it up. They were allowed to run businesses, but they per se didn't own the business. So Jack became a projectionist. This is the one that stands up in the balcony that does the film. He becomes one of those, and it's run by a Japanese American family. Their father is an Issei. He's born in Japan. They came to America. Lily is a Nisei who was born here. So, he falls in love with her. She's very beautiful. So, her father's not too happy for her to marry a non-Japanese man. He wanted her to marry a Japanese man. The man he wanted to marry was her dad's age. So he forbade them seeing each other. But they were in love with each other. Because of California. California banned marrying. If you're a Japanese, it's confusing. It was the California law at the time where they couldn't get married. They couldn't get married in California. They had to go to another state to get married. So they got married in Seattle. Because they couldn't get married in California, they went to Seattle and got married. And that's where they had Minnie. They had Minnie in Seattle. And then World War II broke out. And then her dad because he was born in Japan, and he was still connected to Japan, and he had stuff coming over from Japan. At the time, Japan and America were not friendly with each other. We're enemies at that time. So they rounded up all the Is he Nisei? The Iseis. Lily's a Nisei. Lily's a Nisei. Lily was born here. So her family is an Issei. Her parents are Issei. So they run on all the Isseis, the male Isseis, and put them somewhere where they're going to interrogate them and find out what they know. Are they friendly or they're not? Are they harming our country or not? So Lily, Jack winds up getting hurt by a horse. I don't know explain how that happened, but you gotta watch it and see it. She gets hurt by a horse. And they thought he was for the Union. So they arrested him. And since the war had broke out, he had two options: to go to jail or join the army. Made it easy. He joined the army. But he didn't come home. His wife got pissed. She went home to her parents. Now remember, her parents disowned her because she married a non-Japanese man and eloped. And then he comes to see her. He's actually went AWOL. AWOL means he was unauthorized absence. He was absent without leave. So he went AWOL. He spent time with Lily and her family, and you just gotta watch the movie. He spent time with the family, and it shows how the Japanese were treated during World War II, what happened, how they got turned, the first places they went, where they ended up. That's all that. So the movie is called "Come See the Paradise." It is set in during World War II. The movie was premiered in 1990. I was about 6 years old. Depends on when it came out. I was 6 years old when it came out. Yeah, I was 6 years old when it came out because it came out on December 23rd, 1990. The day before Christmas Eve of the 90s. I was 6 years old when this movie came out. I am about to be 40. See how old this movie is. I'm watching this movie. I found the movie on Hulu. So if you have Hulu, it's on there. And I will be watching it. I'm literally screaming, I like this movie. So I'm going to be watching it. Alright. This is episode 2 of the movies I like, and I'm advising y'all. Let's see. Now,